So let's switch gears and on the international front. The PCAOB continues to reach cooperative arrangements with foreign regulators. So which leads me to my next question. Are there international assignments or opportunities?
Well, as you said, we do lots of inspections around the globe every single year. We do about 100 inspections outside of the U.S. each and every year, and lots of people work on those inspections. We care about whether you're interested in working on non-U.S. inspections. It's a question that we ask you early on because it's the sort of thing that is, in a sense, very personal. Some people really love to go abroad, do inspections, experience a new culture, work in a different country in a different environment, and they're excited by the travel and those opportunities that go along with it. Usually when we do those inspections, they span the course of 2 weeks. So you have that weekend in the middle and you can take advantage of different cultural opportunities wherever you find yourself around the world. Others are a little intimidated by the idea, and intimidate is probably not the right word. Others are just really not interested in going around the globe to do the inspections, but we find that there is absolutely enough of an interest that we're able to let you tell us whether this is something that you would be interested in doing. When we send people out to do inspections around the world, lots of times we are lucky because many of our inspectors have language skills that they bring to the table. We have about 100 inspectors on staff who speak another language, which is a pretty incredibly diverse group of people who we're able to hire as inspectors. Not everyone comes to us with those language skills. We also have a program where we help inspectors ramp up their language skills, whether it's through some sort of an online course or a coach who helps them to focus on their language skills and bring up whatever skill level they're at so that they can more effectively engage with the firm and be comfortable in the country where they are traveling to do the inspections. So that's something that's important to us. When we do international inspections, especially when we're talking about inspections in various European countries and some of the Asian countries, we frequently will do those inspections jointly with a regulator from that other country. And this really presents an interesting dynamic for inspectors who are doing this sort of work. In a sense, they are ambassadors. They're working both at a regulator-to-regulator level as well as a regulator-to-firm level. So it's very interesting from an international cooperation sort of perspective, and I've had a lot of great feedback about what people have learned about not just the specific audit that they looked at, but a country's structure and a country's governance process. It gives a lot of interesting insight into how business is done in different countries and in different cultures around the world. I know when we've gone out and done these inspections ourselves, and the idea that we would actually do the inspections in these foreign countries ourselves was a big decision that we had to make early on. I think that it was absolutely the right decision to say it's important for PCAOB inspectors to travel and to do the inspections and to look at the work papers. We learned a lot that culture matters when it comes to audit and business. And we learned that sometimes, we have an expectation here in the US that something is very routine, like cash confirmations, right? Yeah, you've all seen a cash confirmation. You've all gotten a cash confirmation. It's probably one of the very first things that you did. And we have a presumption that a cash confirmation is just so low risk to be almost non-risk. You get out into other parts of the country, in other parts of the world, especially parts of the developing world, and you learn that a cash confirmation isn't always what it seems. So we've learned a lot. We've educated ourselves. We educate our inspectors. And we've had great conversations with firms at a global level about the problems that are associated with differing risks in various jurisdictions around the world and how firms might work to address those. So doing international inspections is really a chance to see how the different parts of a multinational corporation's financial statements and audits come together in a very hands-on fashion. You learn a lot about the differences and a whole lot more than you ever learn when you're back in the US looking at a memo related to referred work that was done by some auditor in some location around the world. So it's a really great experience, and I think that it helps to, I think it really helps you to grow, and it helps you to have a much better understanding that will have a likely impact on your career, especially to the extent that you wind up many years from now doing something with a multinational sort of an organization. And so it's a great experience, and it's a great building experience from that perspective.